In year 2020, Time to Invest is going to come up with very important announcement for mutual fund investors. Keep watching Time to Invest for more info.
Hello everyone and welcome to Time to Invest. First of all, my sincere apology to all my subscribers for taking this long to upload this video. But really friends, I was busy with an assignment which actually belongs to you, the mutual fund investors. Thankfully, the assignment is completed and it will be launched in first week of January 2020. And this assignment will not only help mutual fund investor to have better clarity about equity, debt and hybrid mutual funds, but also help them to choose the better funds in their investment portfolio by themselves. And for more updates of the launch of the same, you can keep watching the community section of Time to Invest and our upcoming videos related to the launch of this assignment. And for new viewers, my request is please subscribe to this channel and press bell notification so that you can also be get informed about the launch of the same. Now coming back to the topic, today's video is all about the Damdar Fund series, in which we are going to compare 3 top performing multi-cap funds in step-by-step manner to have better clarity and understanding, and finally conclusion that which among these 3 funds is best for investment for long term. And the funds are Kotak Standard Multicap Fund, Parikh Long Term Equity Fund and Motilal Oswal Multicap 35 Fund. So without further ado, let's start this video and get to know that which among these 3 funds should be there in your investment portfolio for better wealth creation.
The first thing which we are going to cover under this fund comparison is the asset under management, which is known as AUM. Kotak Standard Multicap Fund has a AUM of 29,096 crores. Parikh Long Term Equity Fund has a AUM of 2,480 crores and Motilal Oswal Multicap 35 has a AUM of 13,093 crores. In category of AUM, Kotak is on number 1. Now on number 2 we have Motilal Oswal and on number 3 we have Parikh. But here is one caution which I would like to mention to my viewers, that is Kotak Standard Multicap Fund has a AUM of almost 30,000 crores, which is really huge. And in my opinion, and as a smart investor, we need to keep ourselves away from the funds which have such a high asset under management. In the case when the fund is performing, it's okay, but when the fund's performance start deteriorating, please switch to some other mutual fund of the same category have better performance. And the next thing which we are going to cover is the turnover. Turnover is basically how much percentage a mutual fund has changed its portfolio over a year, which means that Kotak Standard Multicap Fund has changed its portfolio over a period of 1 year to almost 12.32%. Parikh has changed only 5.68% and Motilal Oswal has changed 28% of his portfolio within 1 year. So in category of turnover, Parikh is a clear-cut winner. Second is Kotak and third is Motilal Oswal. The next thing which we are going to cover in this fund comparison is the fund age, which means that how old the fund is. The older the fund is, the maximum market cycle experience it has. Here the Kotak has the experience of over 9 years, Parikh is 6 years old and Motilal Oswal is 5 years old. So in fund age category, Kotak is on number 1. On number 2 we have Parikh and on number 3 we have Motilal Oswal. The next thing which we are going to cover is the expense ratio of the regular plan. For direct plan, the expense ratio will be little lower than this. So in expense ratio, Kotak Standard Multicap Fund has an expense ratio of 1.63%, Parikh Long Term Equity Fund has an expense ratio of 2.11% and Motilal Oswal Multicap 35 Fund has an expense ratio of 1.79%. So in expense ratio category, Kotak Standard Multicap Fund is a clear winner and is on number 1. On number 2 we have Motilal Oswal and Parikh is on number 3. And one more thing which I would like to clarify to my viewers is that the expense ratio of a fund is inversely proportional to the asset under management of the same fund, which means that higher the asset under management of the fund, lesser will be the expense ratio. Now next topic which we are going to cover is return since launch, which means that how much these funds has given return since their launch. Kotak Standard Multicap Fund has given a return of 13.68% since launch. Parag Parikh long term has given a return of 15.95% since launch, and Motilal Oswal Multicap 35 fund has given a return of 19.30% since its launch. And here the clear winner is Motilal Oswal Multicap 35 fund and is on number 1. On number 2 we have Parag Parikh, and number 3 we have Kotak Standard Multicap Fund. The next topic which we are going to cover is the calendar year returns for all these three funds, and whichever fund has given a better return in that particular year, we have highlighted the same with green color. Here in year 2014, Kotak Standard Multicap Fund has given a return of 57.82% and beaten Parag Parikh Long Term Fund. In year 2015, Motilal Oswal Multicap 35 fund has given a return of 14.6% and has done better than the other two funds. In year 2016, Kotak Mahindra Standard Multicap fund has again beaten the other two funds and has given a return of 9.41%. And year 2017, Motilal Oswal Multicap has given a return of 43%, has performed much better than the other two funds. So in calendar year returns category, on number 1 we have Motilal Oswal, on number 2 we have Kotak Standard, and on number 3 we have Parag Parikh Long Term Equity Fund. The next topic which we are going to cover is the compounded returns, that is the CGR returns. And here also the fund which has done better in particular year has been highlighted with green color. First year, Parag Parikh Long Term Equity Fund has given a return of 12.79% and has done better than the other two funds. In second year, in terms of CGR returns, Kotak Standard Multicap Fund has given a return of 14.77% and has done better than the Parag Parikh and Motilal Oswal. And in fifth year, Motilal Oswal has done better than the two funds and has given a compounded return of 12.72%. So in terms of compounded return, Kotak Standard Multicap Fund is on number 1. On number 2 we have Parag Parikh Long Term Equity Fund, and on number 3 we have Motilal Oswal Multicap 35 Fund. The next topic which we are going to cover is the comparison of these fund returns with the best of category returns, and whichever fund has done better in that particular year and performed nearly to the best of category return or equivalent to the best of category return has been highlighted with the green color. In first year we can see that best of category return was 17.24% of DSP equity fund, and here Parag Parikh Long Term Fund has given a return of 13.71%, which is very near to the DSP equity fund's return, and has done better than Kotak and Motilal Oswal. In second year, the top category return was 12.57% of Axis Multicap Fund, and here Parag Parikh Long Term has given a return of 7.01% and has done better than the Kotak and Motilal Oswal 35. In third year, the highest return was 16.35% of Canara Robeco Equity Diversified Fund, and here Kotak Standard Multicap Fund has given a return of 14.76% and has done better than Parag Parikh and Motilal Oswal and performed very near to the Canara Robeco Equity Diversified Fund. In fifth year, the highest return of the fund was 12.70%. which was of Motilal Oswal Multicap 35 Fund, and here in fifth year Motilal Oswal Fund has given a highest return and has emerged a better performance. So in best of category return, on number 1 we have Parag Parikh Long Term, on number 2 we have Kotak Standard, and on number 3 we have Motilal Oswal Multicap 35 Fund. The next topic which we are going to cover is the investment performance of these three funds in comparison with the fixed deposits of bank. For example, you have invested rupees 1 lakh in lump sum for 5 years in these funds and fixed deposit, what the amount you would have got today? In fixed deposit, the amount would have been 1,38,624 rupees, which means that on investment of 1 lakh, you would have got an interest of 38,000 rupees. And if you would have invested a lump sum of 1 lakh rupees for 5 years in Kotak Standard Multicap Fund, then in regular mutual fund plan, the value would have been 1,73,000, and in direct plan 1,82,500. In case of Parag Parikh Long Term, in regular plan, the value of the fund would have been 1,69,800 and in direct plan 1,75,000. In case of Motilal Oswal Multicap 35 fund, the value of 1 lakh after 5 years would have been 1,81,900 in regular plan, and in direct plan it would have been 1,89,000 rupees. So here the clear winner is Motilal Oswal on number 1. On number 2 we have Kotak Standard Multicap, and on number 3 we have Parikh Long Term Equity Fund. Now the next topic which we are going to cover is the SIP returns of these funds. Here we are taking an example of investing 1000 rupees with SIP mode for 5 years in these funds, and after 5 years the value of your SIP of rupees 1000 in Kotak Standard Multicap fund would have been 80,445. In Parikh Long Term it would have been 80,833, and in Motilal Oswal Multicap fund it would have been 76,548 rupees. So in Kotak Standard Multicap fund you would have got a profit of rupees 20,445. In Parikh Long Term you would have got a profit of rupees 20,833, and in Motilal Oswal Multicap 35 fund you would have got a profit of rupees 16,548 rupees. So in terms of SIP returns, on number 1 we have Parikh Long Term Equity Fund, on number 2 we have Kotak Standard Multicap Fund, and on number 3 we have Motilal Oswal Multicap 35 fund. Now the next topic which we are going to cover is the risk analysis, which is the second part of our video, and here we are going to analyze which fund has taken a very lesser risk to provide you a better return. So here we can decide which fund can give you the best risk adjusted returns. And not just that, in risk analysis also we are going to analyze these all three funds under various measures, and the first measure which we are going to cover is the alpha of this fund, which should be greater than 1. For Kotak Standard Multicap it is 1.01, for Parikh Long Term it is 4.94, for Motilal Oswal it is minus 1.69. Here Parikh is a clear winner and is on number 1. The next topic under risk analysis is beta. It should be less than 1. For Kotak Standard Multicap it is 0.94, for Parikh Long Term it is 0.56, and for Motilal Oswal Multicap 35 it is 0.98. Here the clear winner is Parikh Long Term in terms of beta. Next which we are going to cover is R square. It should be greater than 70%. For Kotak Standard Multicap it is 95.67. For Parikh Long Term it is 68.77, and for Motilal Oswal Multicap 35 it is 80.80. Here the clear winner is Kotak in terms of R square. Next we are going to cover is Sharpe ratio. The greater the number is better. So here Kotak Standard Multicap Sharpe ratio is 0.80. Parikh Long Term Sharpe ratio is 1.16, and Motilal Oswal Sharpe ratio is 0.55. Here again the clear winner is Parikh Long Term Equity Fund in terms of Sharpe ratio. The next topic which we are going to cover under risk analysis is standard deviation. Standard deviation tells us how volatile the fund is. The volatile the fund is, the risky the fund becomes. Here the standard deviation of Kotak Standard Multicap is 12.71, Parikh Long Term is 8.94, and Motilal Oswal is 14.40. Here again the clear winner is Parikh Long Term with least standard deviation, and the most risky one is the Motilal Oswal Multicap 35 fund. The next topic which we are going to cover is upside capture ratio, which means how good these funds can perform in upside market. It should be greater than 100. For Kotak Standard Multicap it is 96, for Parikh Long Term it is 67, and for Motilal Oswal it is 92. Here Kotak Standard Multicap fund is a clear winner. Downside capture ratio, how these funds are going to do in a down market. Lesser the number will be better. Here Kotak Standard Multicap fund has a downside capture ratio of 89. Then Parikh Long Term has 27 and Motilal Oswal has 100. So here Parikh Long Term is a clear winner in downside capture ratio. Next topic which we are going to cover under this risk analysis is maximum drawdown percent, which means that in certain period of time how much negative return these funds have given. And here Kotak Standard Multicap Fund has given a return of minus 11.44 in maximum drawdown percent. Parag has given a return of minus 10.74, and Motilal Oswal Multicap 35 has given a return of minus 15.16. So again, Parag long term with least negative return has emerged as number one position in maximum drawdown percent, and Motilal Oswal as the last. Now after comparing all these measures in terms of risk analysis, we can say Parag long term is on rank number 1 in risk analysis. On number 2 we have Kotak Standard Multicap Fund, and in number 3 we have Motilal Oswal Multicap 35 Fund. So with this risk analysis, it has been proved that Parag long term equity fund is the least riskiest fund and can provide you a better risk adjusted returns in long term. And after analyzing both risk and return part of these three funds, let's come on to the final ranking by time to invest. On based of risk adjusted returns, on number 1 we have Parag long term equity fund, number 2 we have Kotak Standard Multicap Fund, and on number 3 we have Motilal Oswal Multicap 35 Fund for the risk adjusted return category. And now for the person who can take furthermore risk and concerned only about returns, for them the number 1 position is maintained by Motilal Oswal Multicap 35 Fund. Then the number 2 position is Kotak Standard Multicap Fund, and on number 3 we have Parag Long Term Equity Fund for returns only.
I hope you like this video, and the content of this video will help you to plan your investment in even better way from now. If you like this video, do press the like button and share this video among your friends and family via WhatsApp, Facebook and other social media platform. And keep watching Time to Invest for more investment related videos. If you have any query related to investment, please WhatsApp us or mention in the comment box. I will surely answer the same as soon as possible. Thanks for watching.